Have you heard about big data? It's the latest rage. Everyone is talking about it. It's supposed to revolutionise loads of stuff like advertising, policing, the health sector, global development and humanitarian relief. And you know what? It's got some potential. But unchecked, it is posing some serious dangers, particularly, you guessed it, to your privacy. It all comes down, as always, to you and your marketplace value as data. Online, offline, every which way line, you just can't help producing the stuff. And there's a huge drive to collect it all because intelligence can be gleaned from it. In a sense, there's nothing new under the sun. Market and social research has always sought to help companies and governments map, understand and predict our behaviour. And until recently, there were laws that kept them on the straight and narrow. But big data comes along as this big idea, and suddenly they're collecting sets of data that are so, well, big in their breadth and depth that the field has changed entirely. This is the data that every company and government is now clamouring to collect. Because knowledge is power, and everybody's job becomes easier the more they know about everybody else. They may have asked permission to originally collect it for a stated purpose, but then it's very likely they started quietly using it for others. So think about your regular store, the one where you shop most often and use a loyalty card at. A company can take its customer database, extract and analyse information on the purchasing habits of customers, and cross-reference that dataset with increasingly available data on income, property ownership, age and other specific sets. They can then identify customers who would be most likely to respond to particular advertising. So this all comes down to predictive algorithms for marketing purposes. Searching, aggregating and cross-referencing in order to generate intelligence. Simple, right? Except, in cross-referencing datasets like this, big data analytics are putting together pieces of data that, in isolation, are seemingly innocuous, but in combination produce a detailed picture of troubling accuracy. For everyone. Across all transactions, all communications and all movements. This is intelligence gathering on entire societies, letting powerful institutions learn things about us and wider groups make decisions about us. In secret. Is this still okay with you? And here's another problem with big data. When the algorithms identify abnormal data in larger datasets, it can actively contribute to discrimination against specific groups or activities. Because that's something we need more of in the world, right? For example, a 2014 White House report on big data said that web searches involving black identifying names, for example Jermaine, were more likely to display ads with the word arrest in them than searches with white identifying names like Jeffrey. If you don't fit the mould, or you act out of the norm, or appear to be from an undesirable grouping, you will be placed into boxes that will be nearly impossible to escape from. Plain old error is another small problem with big data. Numerous data mining initiatives have been attempted and tried, resulting in tens of thousands of people being wrongly identified as terrorists. Other serious and ruinous error can happen, like having your driving licence mistakenly revoked, your benefits cancelled, electoral participation denied, even arrests made and being detained. And in fact, many of these problems are the result of the new roles algorithms play in law enforcement. As slashed budgets lead to increased staff cuts, automated systems have moved from acting as simple administrative tools to primary decision makers. Several cities across the US are using such tools to analyse crime statistics, map where crimes are more likely to occur, and allocate resources accordingly. Intelligence agencies want to mine metadata to understand behaviours of non-suspects in order to identify who should be a suspect. The fundamental misunderstanding is that data equals truth. It doesn't, and we shouldn't blindly believe that any and all tasks can be automated to begin with. When social infrastructure itself depends on an algorithm, and that algorithm can be wrong, unfit for purpose or just simply biased, our lives are being seriously interfered with in an arbitrary fashion. Big data can be helpful, but it can be incredibly dangerous. And all this can be happening now to you and your data without you even knowing it. We need to open this up to public scrutiny. We need stronger privacy laws that allow us to control our own data. We need access and understanding on the scope of these algorithms, and we need to ensure that intelligence programs do not create even bigger problems in society, including through discrimination and exclusion. It's time to learn more about big data. Dig deeper by going to privacyinternational.org.